Hi, I'm Shoestring Jay and welcome back to my channel where I talk about all things thrifty, frugal and money saving. And today I have a second-hand haul for you and also just some bits and pieces of what we've been doing over the past few days. And if I'm looking a bit flushed, it's because I've been out in the sun all day. I'm absolutely boiling. It's a beautiful day here in Essex. And it's going to be lovely tomorrow. And then I've just found out that it's going to go cold again next week, which is really annoying. I was just getting into it being really nice weather. But it's very changeable, isn't it, in the UK? And we just have to put up with it. But at least we got out to a boot sale this morning. And then we went to our new favourite charity shop. I think I showed you it a couple of videos ago when I said why we should buy second hand. In Braintree, so we went there again because the boot sale was very close to that, and then we went to Mum's for lunch because she lives around that way. So I'll show you what I've got. Always exciting because it's now like nearly 4 o'clock and I've forgotten what we bought this morning because we've been to Mum's for lunch. So let's see what's in my granny trolley first, my trusty granny trolley. I bought another one of these dolls. I showed you this, a doll like this the other day. My mum had given me a doll almost identical, a vintage black doll. This one's got a very weird outfit on. It had a hat as well, which I guess is not original and doesn't really even go. It's a bit strange. So, but underneath it's just a little knitted dress and some booties. So I'll probably take these off. I don't know, use them for something else, and just put the little knitted dress and pants and a vest. Lovely old-fashioned outfits, the sort of thing our parents used to make us wear in my day. So yes, so I've got her on. It cost me £2. I wouldn't really have picked her up except that I've got that one on now. I mean, only for £12, and I've got a few watches on it. So I thought, well, why not? If I've got a few watches on it, on that one, why not buy her? That's what she looks like with a hat. She looks quite good with a hat, doesn't she? But anyway, that's my first thing. I've got to find somewhere to put them. Let's pull this over. Put them on here. So, this is a funny thing. You actually might have seen this in my video from a couple of weeks ago. It was in the charity shop. So these are all muddled up. Some of it's charity shop, some of it is boot sale. It all got muddled because I was showing Mum it. This was £3, which is probably too much. And I didn't buy it last time. It's a Sadler one, I think. Made in England. Trent Mill, never heard of it. But I thought, when I saw it last time, I thought that's a really interesting teapot. It's only £3. It did have a tiny bit of damage here, but I kind of regretted it not getting it, but really minute, tiny bit of damage. And because of the pattern, you don't really see that. So I thought this time I saw it was still there. I thought I'd bring it home with me. Could be a mistake. I really don't know, but I kind of liked it. So I always just go with my gut. I am no expert whatsoever on vintage collectibles and that sort of thing, but I have a rough idea and I tend to buy what I like. Talking of which, so I got these Port Miriam placemats. They appear to be in nice condition. So they're all like that, and they don't look like they've really been used. I mean, I think used to show on these cork-backed ones, doesn't it? The deluxe range. What's the pattern name? Does it say? It doesn't actually say. Oh, these were £20 from the RHS originally. I can't remember how much I paid for them. I bought them with another lot of placemats. Up the Garden Path, they're called. And they're not vintage, I don't think. They're made in China. So, but again, I thought, look, people like Port Miriam stuff, and it is expensive new. These were a good buy. Well, I don't know if they're a good buy or not. They were an interesting buy. I got 2 of them. They weren't cheap. They were £10. But I thought, have you ever seen anything like this? They are obviously shoemakers' tools, aren't they? I have to find the name of them. They're a size 6, I think. It did say on one of them. Well, it says 41 and 6, which is odd. Because to me, 41 is... Oh, no, it says 41 and 8. I think that would be more like it. And they're kind of metal underneath. And they say 1977 on them. I thought, gosh, this is so interesting. I have no idea of the value. I just thought those are really interesting. And it was towards the end of the boot sale. And I thought, well, I've still got a little bit of cash. So, yeah, I'm going to give them a go. It's an experiment. I like to learn. I know most of the things that I take a risk on, I know I'm not going to make a loss on. I know I'll at least make my money back. So I'm quite happy to do that. Oh, this is just for me. This was £1. anti-inflammatory diet cookbook. And I try to eat like this. I don't succeed. I'm at Mum's just now. We had lovely salad, new potatoes and ham, and then strawberries and cream and a load of cream cakes, which is not at all healthy and what I should be eating. So I did it. I did not say no to it, but that looks delicious. That looks like the sort of thing that I would enjoy eating. So that's for me. I'll sip of my tea. I think I'm really dehydrated. I'm so not good at the sun. I mean, I love the sun, but I've got very fair skin. I burn. If I go out in this kind of weather, I really need a hat. And I didn't have one today. Although it started out quite misty and quite cool. So I had the foresight to take some summery things to Mum's to change into after the boot sale. I'm glad I did. This is another Port Miriam thing. It's called Port Miriam Summer Strawberries, the pattern. And it's another teapot. And it's in good condition. I got this actually from the boot sale rather than the charity shop. Honestly, it was only this morning. I think it might have been £3. I think it was £3. There's no chips or anything, so it's in quite nice condition. Have I got much more in here? No, that's my cardigan, which I needed first thing. And I've actually got into taking a load of newspaper with me because I buy so many collectibles and breakables. I've started taking some, so that was good today. This is the other ones that I bought with the Port Miriam placemats. These are Cloverleaf Country Diary Collection. Country Diary Collection, people love that. Whatever country diary stuff you have, people seem to like that. So these are, again, they're in good condition. They kind of go quite well with the pattern on the Port Miriam. They're quite delicate flowers, all different flowers. And as like I say, they don't look like really being used. The box is a bit bashed, but I got them together. I'm trying to think what I paid for them. I think it might have been £4 for the two. So that is the granny trolley done. I bought these from an old guy, and he said these belonged to his dad. So these are for Justin. Justin used to work repairing classic and vintage cars. He owns a classic car. His brother owns one as well, and they're still well into old cars and things. So I saw these, they're only 50p each. I have no idea if they're worth anything or if it's just a nice curiosity, but they're motor repair and overhauling. I have 3 quite tattered and used copies. They were 50p each. I thought they were 1930 something when I looked before, but I can't see the date now. I'm sure it says it somewhere. No, can't see, but I reckon 1930 something. Okay, don't know. Anyway, I've got 3 of those for Justin. Let's put those aside. And 2 of these. I would have got more, but somebody else was looking at them, so I couldn't really look at them, so I just grabbed a couple. And these are the motor, and these are from 1949. They're 1949 and 1959 actually. So he'll love those, he'll find those interesting. And they're also in quite good condition comparatively. It's got the Mini there, look. New breed of small car. Oh, that's the Austin 7. It's not a Mini, it's an Austin 7. How cool is that? I love these old things. I do love those old cars as well. He's got me into them. I picked up a few items of clothing in the charity shop. These ones, God, I actually didn't realise these were £6. These were £6. They're hotter, they're in good condition. I don't think I realised they were £6, but still, £6 is okay for a pair of leather hotter pumps, size 6 I think they are, so decent size. And they did have a £1 sale in there today just on clothing, but I didn't see an awful lot of clothing that I wanted. This was a nice curiosity. I honestly don't know, again, if this has got any value at all. It's a suede case, it's Gillette, and it's a kind of men's shaving kit. So it doesn't look like things like the brush as a brush. I think that's a clothes brush. There's a couple of empty pots, and then this one has got, oh God, it looks like some cufflinks. I don't know what that is. Don't know what this is. Oh, toothbrush holder, isn't it? It's a toothbrush holder. It's one bit. And so 2 of these are empty. Oh, and these ones have got cufflinks. Oh, I've got a pair of cufflinks like these. Maybe they are. These are from my dad. I kept them. Mum said, do you want any of Dad's stuff? And I just thought, well, I'm never going to obviously wear cufflinks, but I just wanted something that belonged to him. My brother had his watch. He didn't have a lot of trinkets, you know. And they were very similar, little classic car design. The others, I think, I don't know what they had in them originally, but they don't seem to have anything in them now. And it's all like leather. And there's a comb, a sort of brush comb, a shoe horn, something else that I don't know what that is. It looks like sandpaper. It can't be sandpaper. Oh, it's a mirror. And then an actual, this is like my razor that I use, an actual steel razor, although that's clearly been used, but with some spare blades. So I'll have to have a look at that, as long as it's clean enough. I just thought that's an interesting thing. I have literally no idea about the value or when it was from. I wouldn't imagine it's recent. People don't use stuff like this now, do they? This is very kind of vintage looking. I'll get it done up now. And that cost me £3 from the charity shop. So I take a chance on lots of stuff, as you know. I met another reseller in there today. We were both looking at the mugs and things, and I said, I can't sell mugs. I'll buy them for me and keep them. And he said, oh no, I buy lots of mugs and I sell them. And we both looked at this and he said, nah. And I said, yeah, I think I will, because it's interesting. It looks a bit Hornsey, doesn't it? They are cups without handles, 4 of them, and saucers, and they are, the make is Tams, and they were £3. Well, he said, I've looked those up and they're only about £15 or £16. So I thought, well, you know, it's a learning curve for me. I liked them. I thought I'll give those a go. So I bought those. As you do know, in case you're confused, I do resell as well as buying stuff secondhand for myself. So a lot of this is for my eBay shop. The link is in my description below if you're interested. I've never read this, The Handmaid's Tale. Can I speak? I've never read this. Everybody says it's wonderful. I did read, well, I tried to read a dystopian novel for my book group and I absolutely hated it recently, but somebody said this is better. So that is for me to have a go at. Oh, what's this? Oh, this was quite cute. I don't think it's vintage. I'll find the other bit of it in a minute. It's actually it's for cheese and it's got a plate that goes underneath it. It doesn't have any kind of markings on it, but I thought, oh, that's just cute, isn't it? I'll show you the plate when I find it. I've got lots of other stuff in here. This is just for me. It's a linen top, very screwed up linen top from Marks and Spencer's. It's just a loose linen blouse to wear with just some jeans or something. Nice light one for the summer. Got Amazon delivery outside, but it's not for me. And that would have been £4, but because it was all £1 today, that cost me £1. So I bought one for my mum as well, actually. There was another linen one in there, which I think is too big for her, but she's going to try it on anyway. So it was like a nice pale blue colour, and I left that hers, and that was also £1. So I thought, why not? This, ooh, now this was also £1. It should have been £3. No, I tell a lie. This came from the boot sale. No, it was £3. It wasn't a charity shop one, so it didn't come for £1. It's £3. It's a Marks and Spencer's vintage, just a nice coat. And I've sold coats like this before that are kind of good quality with a classic kind of fur collar. And they sell. They do sell. It's not vintage in that it is St Michael, but it's not made in the UK. It's made in Belgium. I think that must be a later one. I know you can tell the date from Marks and Spencer's from their code, but I honestly can't remember how to do that. It could be 95. I can't remember. I have to look at how you do that to find the year, but it doesn't really matter anyway. It's just a nice coat in really good condition. I have to stop the cats from jumping on that, so let's put that there because I don't want it covered in cat hair. There was a tombola at the charity shop, so I bought three tickets for £1 and I won 2 things. So a little notepad with a pen, which I would use, always writing down lists and notes and things, and a big soap with a scrubby. I don't like these scrubbies, but Becky said she'll have that, my daughter. So yes, but the soap I would use. Look at a massive bar of soap that is. That is really good. Very happy with that. I was really pleased. Don't normally win anything in tombolas. Becky won something as well. I can't remember what she won. I don't know if this has any value. I thought it was rather cute. It's a little hanging chopping board and it was £1. Lots of people like chickens. I used to collect chickens a lot myself. I had to just cull the chickens, as it were, because I had so many and they were taking over the world. I still got one or two, got one behind me here that somebody bought me recently. I've kind of moved to a bit of a pink chintzy theme now, so I stick with that. This was at the boot sale. I have no idea if this got any value. I paid £2, as you can see, and this was from the same people that were selling the car magazines, and seemed to be their stuff, their old bric-a-brac, rather than being kind of antiques dealers. So they had things at a very good price. I just thought they're not very cute. They're like little play shop, vintage play shop brands. There is Block's mustard. I don't think that's a real thing, is it? Smedley garden celery hearts. You'd get those now, would you? A Tora, I mean, that's real. That still goes, isn't it? A Tora shredded suet. Cook's gravy powder. Pierre Stuff's custard powder. They are real. Smedley's green beans and Dawn cherries. I thought they were rather cute. Again, I don't know about the value. I picked up a couple of tins from them as well because they're only £1 each, and I thought they were lovely vintage tins. This is Bluebird toffee tin. They're all a bit bashed, but you know, that's part of the joy of a vintage tin, isn't it? And this one is, I don't know if this says what this is. It just says Edward Sharp and Sons, made in England. It was probably, I can open. Oh, it was probably sweets, I would imagine. But if you know anything different, let me know. I'll look it up. Can't get the lid back on now. But they say they're a bit biffed and nicked, but that is part of the joy of a vintage tin. They don't collect masses of profit. Oh, this is the base of my cheese dish. I was trying to read to my mum the maker. It looks like it looks like Portugal, but without the PO. It looks like Archibald. Maybe it was from Portugal, and it's not vintage at all. I would have thought it is vintage though, because who has cheese? Nobody stores their cheese in these anymore, do they? So, but I don't know. Anyway, I thought it was nice, and it didn't cost much, but I can't remember how much I paid for it now. I can't remember. I got it from the boot sale, but I couldn't remember who I got it from. This came from the charity shop, and it's a Denby sauce pot, half-pint sauce pot. I thought it was rather nice, quite a striking sort of pattern, isn't it? Quite liked it. So it's got no chips or cracks or anything, and that cost me £3. It's really heavy, so it's a real heavy stoneware one. Literally no idea of the value. It's probably worth about £7, and I'll wish I hadn't tried it, but you don't know, do you? This is how you learn. What's in here? Oh, forgot about this. This was from the guy and the lady who sold me the magazines as well. And it's all Cornish ware. So there's a Cornish ware teapot, which is quite nice. It does have a little, it's a surface mark where they've had a label on it. Now they said £5. These will get £5 each, except that we did a deal and they sold me them for £12 in the end. So there's this one that you put stand your utensils up in. It may have had a lid at some point, but that's TG Green Cornish ware. So they wanted £5 for that as well. And then finally, I forgot I even bought this. This is one of the first things that I bought, I think, from the boot sale this morning. And then finally, there was this lovely jug, and that I think is the original Cornish blue TG Green again. So, I mean, I think I had no idea of the value. That one's got measurements inside it. Isn't it nice? I don't know if that's a really old one, actually. Quality English ceramics. It does say England, but whether it's made in England, I don't know. So they were interesting. Again, not sold them. I know that they have, you know, people like Cornish ware. It's something that doesn't ever really go out of fashion. And then finally, I bought these vintage curtains. Becky said, oh, they're hideous. Why are you buying those? And I said, well, just to sell on. I had these curtains in my first house in Norwich, and they were absolutely the thing. So we had wallpaper that was kind of a pink flecked wallpaper, the same dusky pink as this, and what do you call it, like a border, but we put it on the middle of the room, which was the same as the curtains, and a matching sofa. I mean, God, it's quite funny really. But, you know, at the time it was the thing. It was marvellous. It cost us quite a lot of money. These are made in the UK. They are vintage. It doesn't have a maker. I can't see a maker. And they're not lined. You can't see that, can you? I don't think you can see that. Made in the UK. You probably can't see that. It's a waste of time. They're not lined, but they're quite long. And I just honestly had to buy them because they brought back so many memories. So they would have been, I'm trying to think if we did that before Becky was born. She was born in 92. I think we did that before. So it could have been 1990. So these are like 80s or 90s. And it was just very, very trendy. And we actually spent a lot of money for us then doing up the lounge and buying the sofas. Mum's still got a sofa very similar as well that she still has in her cottage, but it is very threadbare now. She's going to get a new one if she moves. Okay, that didn't work. Anyway, so that was everything I got. And I did spend quite a lot of money, but I'm not going to boot sales constantly. I'm not going every week. It's just like weekends are kind of busy for us, so I don't go every week like proper resellers do. But I've got just getting enough to kind of keep me ticking over, enough stock, and it's just interesting that I'm always learning more and trying to build a little business with my eBay shop. So as I say, if you like the look of anything here, do message me on Instagram at Shoestring Cottage. I think I'm on Instagram, or she's at Shoestring Jane, can't remember. You'll find me. Message me on there if you're interested in any of this stuff, or just take a look at my shop. It will appear in my shop at some point. Anyway, let me show you just a couple more things that I've done over the last few days. It was a really lovely morning, so we decided to do what we've been meaning to do for ages, which was to take the little ferry across the river to the town opposite. We didn't know what Archie would be like, but it turns out he likes boats. It's really wobbly. Yeah. What do you think, Arch? What do you think, Archie? really organised this morning and thought about making the stock for my soup early enough that it can go in the slow cooker. Ooh, dodgy bit of filming. Yeah, early enough that it can go in this slow cooker. It's only a small slow cooker. I have 2 chicken carcasses in here that have come out of the freezer, and I've got to kind of break this down a little bit before I can close it properly. So I'm just putting in chopped onion. I have to chop that more in when I'm using this, more than usual. I just halve it when I'm using the slow cooker because it is only small. A few of those in, one for luck. Just a few black peppercorns. I need a bit more hot water on that. And then I'm just going to leave that for about 5 hours, and I think, or 6 hours, and see how it is. So I left it about 5 or 6 hours, I think it was in the end, on low, and I've just let it cook to cool. And tomorrow I'll make soup with it now because I've left it a bit late and I'm a bit tired now. So, but it smells lovely and it's really nice and kind of flavoursome and coloured. So I think it'll be really nice as a basis of my soup tomorrow. So I've used the stock to make some butternut squash soup. Oh, God knows why I use this massive pan. It is a stock pot, but it's really for, like, I bought it for on Boxing Day. I did a big family party and I didn't have a big enough pot, and it was frustrating. So I bought it, but still I didn't realise it was going to be as big as this. I bought it in the January sales. So anyway, I've made a spicy butternut squash soup, which looks like a tiny amount, but obviously it's just because it's in a really massive pan. I'm going to have some of that for my lunch. And there we go. It's really quite nice and thick. Let's have a taste. It's nice. It's very sweet, but butternut squash is sweet. I put quite a lot of spice in it just to kind of give it a bit of oomph, because otherwise I think it gets bland. So I think it's quite nice. I just made it up. Didn't use a recipe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me the thumbs up and subscribe so you know next time I'm about to publish a video, and hit your notifications bell as well. And I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.